Apologies?
No apologies, Chair. No apologies.
No apologies. Okay. Honorable members, at this point, I want to afford Mr. Mwepe the opportunity to give us the briefing on the guidelines. Mr. Mwepe, can you take the floor?
Good evening, Chairperson, and good evening, honorable members. Before the committee is a draft criteria for shortlisting for candidates to contest for the commission of the position at the Public Service Commission. Chair and honorable members and colleagues, this draft has been circulated to all members. It's a draft, but in every year it's the same draft that has been presented in every year, just to change the numbers in terms of the applicants and then more or less the criteria is always the same, like the one that we used with the previous position, honorable chair, honorable members. So, but just to highlight that, Chairperson, the committee has received almost 69 applications since the advert has run from last year for almost about 2 weeks. So we have received in total number 69 applications, which we have also summarized and sent those the CVs and whatever on the list of applicants. There was a document written, a list of applicants, where it has got a summary of candidates' experience together with qualifications and the names of their full details. So I believe members, they've got that as well. That was done by the entire support staff for the committee. Just to highlight again, Chairperson, that in the previous years, since we have embarked in this process of every year the committee conducting interviews for the Public Service Commission, there was a legal opinion that was sought in the previous year that clarified the issue of or the provision in the Constitution, Section 196(10) of the Constitution, that clarified the issue of fit and proper candidate. And I believe that members have gone through that. Just a summary of legal opinion. Is not it was just to clarify what does it mean when the Constitution talk about fit and proper candidate to be appointed as a commissioner in the Public Service Commission. And in this summary here, in this document, we have just elaborated a bit, Honorable Chairperson. But without any waste of time, I will then just zoom, Chair and Honorable members, on the criteria, just to refresh members' mind, especially those who have participated in the previous interviews, that it is the draft criteria for the members, so that the members can be aware who are they going to, what criteria can be used for shortlisting the candidates that have applied for this particular position. First of all, a candidate to be shortlisted has to be knowledgeable, skilled pertaining to government system, as the post requires a candidate to conduct oversight responsibility of the public service. And members have to be reminded that Public Service Commission is a custodian of good governance. Good governance meaning a candidate really needs to be knowledge and skill and experience of that candidate to be shortlisted really needs to fit with the custodian of good governance. And then the second one is that to possess relevant qualifications in relation to the core mandate of the PSC. And members can motivate to the subcommittee through the chairperson on why qualifications of a candidate to be shortlisted is relevant to the position. And again, we then propose that the candidate should have appropriate or extensive experience in the executive or senior management level in either public or private sector. And middle management level can also be considered if a candidate possesses other qualities mentioned above. And we then say then the candidate should have an understanding of and previous experience in the public service, which will then serve as an added advantage. And the candidate should then demonstrate high levels of integrity. And a candidate should have an experience in terms of the key performance areas in line with commission mandate. The mandate of the commission, if you remember, honorable members, the commission is mandated to investigate and monitor and evaluate. So those are the key mandate of the Public Service Commission in terms of conducting oversight over the public service. So those key areas will then also serve as an added advantage for candidate to be shortlisted. And candidate could have acquired these capabilities and experience in his or her previous employment. And this may include human resource management, leadership, handling labor relation and labor practices, engagement in service delivery matters or projects, understanding of public administration investigation, and promoting professional ethics. And the candidates, his or her past experience demonstrate a good governance. Yes, the other point that we'll also like to bring to the attention of the committee is that it is critically important for the subcommittee members to consider gender representation and person living with disability from the pool of applicants when shortlisting. And the subcommittee or the portfolio committee should consider the previous or current commission organogram as baseline to guide their shortlisting in order to ensure fair gender representation and representation of persons living with disabilities. So currently it's just to highlight only the national organogram, because the National Assembly is charged with the responsibility of appointing a national commissioner. But when you look at this in terms of gender parities, we have got 2 male and 2 female currently that are in the that are in the public situation. And I believe there's one commissioner who's also a disabled, which is Norman Wenya, if members will still recall. So she falls within the category of the disability, meaning this vacancy is sort of, I'll say, I don't know, but it's based on the subcommittee to decide. But for now, we have met all the criteria in terms of gender representation and people living with disability being represented in the National Commission. With that, Chairperson, this was just to highlight and refresh members in terms of what is it that they will be doing, and then be guided by this. The members will then adopt this guideline. It was just a draft guideline that needs the blessing from the subcommittee members. Thanks, Chairperson.
Can I hear what the views are from members about this guideline? Otherwise, it's not something new. Are the members in agreement with the guidelines? I see Honorable Kibi. Honorable Kibi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Good evening, Chair, Honorable members and colleagues. Honorable Chair, I think as you have already said, this is not something new. I move that we accept the guidelines as presented, because these are the same guidelines that we have been working with. Thanks, Chair.
Thank you, Honorable Kibi. Any seconder to Honorable Kibi? Honorable Sibisi? Honorable Sibisi?
Honorable Chair, I move for the adoption of these criteria. Did you hear me, Chair?
Yes, I heard you.
Chair?
I heard you. In fact, you are seconding.
I'm seconding, yes, I'm sorry. I'm
Yes.
seconding.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Chair,
I don't. Okay. Thank you, Honorable Smith.
Chair, it's Honorable Maluman. I don't have an option to raise a hand. Can I? Please.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
evening to colleagues or to everyone and our staff. I don't know whether I'll be wrong. I don't know if I've got a proposal to say maybe we can put on the criteria to say maybe, because I can see we've got 70 applicants, so that maybe if we can have a criteria to add that the 50% or 50+1% for the candidate, maybe 7 candidates. I don't know whether it can be included in the criteria or what. That was my input, but the other things I'm fine with it. It was just only the Chair. Thank you.
I was coming to that. It cannot be on the on what Mr. Mwepe has tabled before us. It must be us as the subcommittee who decide how many should we shortlist. I think that must be discussed by the subcommittee. I don't think it should be in the guidelines per se. It should be us who say, okay, there's one vacancy that we have. How many should we shortlist?
Correct, Chair.
I don't know. Am I wrong there?
No, you're not wrong, Chairperson. You're spot on.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Can I hear members? I see Honorable Mkweba and Honorable Komani.
No, good evening, honorable members. Thank you very much, Chair. I think, Chair, I'm raising my hand so that I also second what have been said by Honorable Malumani. Now that in terms of the presentation we are told, and of which in terms of even what we have, that we've got 69 applicants. But I think let's propose to this meeting that at least we can shortlist 7 as per the proposal of Honorable Malumani. But however, Chair, as an extension to the discussion, we must also, propose to this meeting how many will be then recommended now that the vacancy is only 1, so that also Parliament is able to play, around those recommended. I think we agree in terms of the 7 shortlisted, but also we must discuss, even if it's not today, when we proceed with the process of how many we're gonna recommend to Parliament, so that even if the first name, because I understand we are in this process for the second time, as it was rejected by Parliament, so that at least our work is easier. I think in terms of recommending to Parliament, we must also discuss in terms of the number. Obvious, it can't be more than 3 names, but also we must discuss it so that even if there's a problem with Honorable Mkweba as one of the names recommended, then at least there is the second name or the third name. I think let's discuss this, Chair, even if in the middle of the process, but I support Honorable Malumane on the first proposal of the 7 to be shortlisted. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Komani.
Thank you very much, Chair, and good evening, honorable members. Chair, not disputing the proposal by Honorable Malumane. However, one would then ask Uti, yes, we've got quite a bigger number of applicants. Then what yardstick would we be using? Would we go to 7? I think the suggestion is okay, but it is very premature. Chair, we should have dumped into the bin like we always do. And then after we have done that, maybe we would not even go to that 7. Maybe we would go to 10. And then like we usually does. I mean, I'm saying I'm not opposed, but the challenge that I'm facing now is that this is very premature. It's like we anticipate which is not fair. I suggest that we continue with the process as we did the previous time. If you remember, Honorable Ngweba and all other members, what we did, we got names, we got more than 20 names. But then after getting the names, we then sat as a subcommittee and said, but this is a bigger number. We don't need such. And then we then amongst ourselves, like we rated them as 2 in terms of how names were commonly identified. And then we came to the number. But what I'm saying, Chair, we would get to the number. But for now, it is very premature for us to say, let's then say 7. What informs that? And what criteria are we going to use to come to that? Thank you. And equally, Chair, again, the suggestion put on by Honorable, the latter suggestion by Honorable Ngweba, I'm suggesting that we note it for now, and then we discuss it as and when we have on the next meeting, on the next leg. Thanks.
I hear you, Honorable Command. You are not rejecting out of hand, but you are rather saying it's too early to come to that decision now. That is what you are saying.
Correctly captured, Chair, because at the moment where we are seated, we don't even know how many are we going to shortlist in the main. We might even shortlist 3. So I don't know what informs the 7, because we have not even started the process. Hence, I'm saying it is very premature. Thank you.
Okay. Honorable Ngweba, can I come back to you?
No, Chair. I think I have supported the proposal by Honorable Maluman for the 7 names to be recommended for shortlisting.
Chair.
Okay.
Chair. Honorable Maluman.
I will come back to you, Honorable Malomane. Let me acknowledge Honorable Gondwe. Then it will be you thereafter.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. I was going to say I'm also not averse to the idea of, look, I stand to be corrected because I've never sat on a subcommittee where we've appointed a commissioner. But I think it makes sense for us not to discuss this at this point. I tend to agree with Honorable Goman. It's very premature to discuss it at this point. We can discuss it at the next meeting. Actually going to call for an interview. So I think that makes more sense. And I don't agree that it can be included in the terms of reference that the content advisor has taken us through today. Discuss it in the next round. And I think the purpose of this meeting is just to ensure that we identify names, and then we can then take a decision on out of the identified names, how many are we going to.
Honorable Ngweba, I see your hand is still up.
I'm not sure, Chair, what will be the next item if we are not sure how many of these names must be shortlisted, because I understand that when Honorable Malumane proposed that we must shortlist 7 names for interviews, it's because there's a next item on the agenda, except that I've got a different agenda from what
Honorable Gondo and Honorable Komane are talking about. But my understanding is that the second item after this one is shortlisting, or maybe I'm missing something, Honorable Chair. Thank you.
Chair.
Chair.
Chair, my hand is up.
Mercy, is the chair still online?
Okay, honorable members, I don't seem to see the chair. If we can just 2 minutes, let me quickly.
Yeah, I'm online.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I'm
Chair.
online. I'm online, but you don't hear me.
Now we can hear you, Chair.
Okay. I was saying, I see that Mr. Mwepe's hand is up. Can I, before I give you Honorable Komani, can I hear Mwepe's input? Maybe he can assist us in this discussion we are having now. Mwepe?
Okay, thanks, Chairperson, and for this opportunity again. I would just like to draw members from the, I would refer to the previous experience, especially with regard to the numbers. Well, I know it might seem to be like a premature for indicating how many candidates would be shortlisted, of which from our side, based on the logistical arrangement, and even I mean, like if you still remember last time, Chair and honorable members, we had almost 19 candidates for 2 vacancies, but we realized that I mean, like, well, it was only for 2 vacancies, and flying people, and even the time, even the way we manage the interviews, some of the candidates felt that the committee didn't give them sufficient time to present themselves. So those are some of the feedback that we got. But if the committee or the subcommittee consider a sizable number of candidates, that will work better, and then even the candidate won't be rushed to complete their presentation. Each and every candidate will then get, let's say, 1 hour of their time. I'm just giving an example, without being rushed, because of we will be chasing time, because you cannot predict that during the day there might not be any disruption. Sometimes it can be something else, or we can even take lunch late or whatever. I'm just giving a practical example. But based on the previous experience, Honorable Chair and honorable members, for now, I would propose that we allow members to indicate their numbers. You might find that, because I believe that this is the first meeting, and members, they've looked at the list and the CVs of candidates. Members might have their own candidate that they feel that these candidates deserve to be shortlisted, and only to find that 4 or 5 members, or all members, you are more or less within the same range in terms of the candidates that we have earmarked based on that list we have sent, and the CVs of candidates that have been submitted. So my proposal, Honorable Chair, to honorable members, is that, well, as much as there's this contestation in terms of only shortlisting 7 candidates, I would request the Chair and the honorable members that let's proceed with the shortlisting, and then, like we did last time, where a member will call numbers, because we don't call name. A member will call number 1 on the list. Based on that list, if you prefer number 1, a member will prefer, like we give member this to say, members should then should have at least 5 candidates that they are putting on the table, and then we'll from the admin point of view, will then note those numbers per each and every member, and then from there, then if there are numbers that that if there's a number that has been called by a number of members, automatically that candidate in, if let's say we are 7, we've got 7 members, and then 5 members go, or 6 members go for one number, then we'll automatically, then that candidate will then be in. Then we'll discuss it in terms of the 7, of which now the proposal will say, where the committee might say we're going for 7. I'm not saying it has been approved, honorable members, but I'm just saying it's just an example. We can work around 7 only if then members feel that this particular candidate, then we can sort of maybe the committee can decide whether there is a need to go with other candidates that they feel that they should be shortlisted. But for now, my proposal is to honorable members and chairperson, through you, chair. Let's proceed with the numbers, and then if members can then call the 5 numbers, then we'll take it from there after, whether then it should be 7 or should be 8 or should be 6 or should be 3. That's my proposal, chairperson, to the honorable members.
Thank you, Mr. Mwepe. Honorable Komani, is that not addressing what you were trying to caution against?
Yeah, Chair, thank you very much. I couldn't be captured more better than how Mr. Mope did. Thank you very much.
Thank you, thank you. So, honorable members, the next item now is, what is that next item?
Shortlisting, Chair.
Shortlisting itself, okay. Now, can I allow members now to indicate their preference out of the candidates they have seen, out of the applicants, let me say so.
Chair. Hello,
Yes,
Chair.
Mr. Webb.
Yeah, the last thing we're just requesting to all the honorable members not to mention names, but let's stick to the
the numbers. The
yeah,
numbers.
The numbers.
Yeah.
Then the names will only declare them when then the shortlisting is completed. And so Mr. Siveko will then do that.
Okay, yeah. We did so even before. Okay. Can I start? Or can I give you, honorable members, an opportunity to indicate? I see Honorable Gondwe's hand is up again.
And my hand also, Chair, because I don't have the icon.
Okay.
Chair, I was going to share my numbers.
Oh, okay. Honorable Maloman.
Thank you, Chair. My numbers is number 9.
Oh, Ima
Okay.
ke Maloma. Ndizawunika uMamkondo kuqala ndithi nguye ophakamise kuqala, then ndize kuwe. I don't want to be unfair in terms of Honorable Kondo, can you give us your numbers?
Thank you very much, Chair. I have a list of 10 numbers. The first number is 44, 34, 54, 58, 37, 32.
Sorry, Chair, through you, Chair.
Are you not rushing too much, Honorable Kondo?
My apologies, Chair. Should I start again?
Yes, start all over.
All right. Okay, so number 1 is 44. Number 2 is 34. Number 3, 54. Number 4 is 58. Number 5 is 37. Number 6 is 32. Number 7 is 19. Number 8 is 4. Number 9 is 48. And number 10 is 69. Were you able to capture everything, Mercy?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, me. Lena ki batla go beya dinomoro tsaka.
Bye, Chair.
Can I shoot, honorable members? I have my numbers also. I have number 17. I have number 27. I have number 32. I have number 33. I have number 34. I have number 39. I have number 44. I have number 51, 56, 58, and 65. Who's next? Honorable Sibisi.
Angibonge sihlalo ngomhlangano. You should know was two economical. I've only have 5 names. I mean numbers, sorry. My number 1 is 32. My number 2 is 19. Number 3, 22. Number 4, 55. Number 5, 52. Who's told?
Have you captured those numbers, Mastol?
Yes,
Of
Chair.
Mr. Basic. Who's next? Who's next to call?
Malomane.
You're being unfair to
Malomane.
Malomane.
Yeah, Malomane. Yes, sorry. Sorry, Malomane. Honorable Malomane.
Thank you, Chair.
Now I don't see your name. I must write your name next to this number I see here.
Okay.
Sorry for that.
My apology, Chair, because I've tried to rename my gadget, but it doesn't allow me. I also don't have an
No,
ID.
I have noted now it's Malomane. That number is you.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Chair. I've got number 2. I've got number 9. I've got number 18. I've got number 17. I've got 39. I've got 55. I've got 51. That's what I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Malomane. Who's next? You don't have to raise your hand, just shout, honorable members. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just shout if you are ready.
Okay.
Honorable Chair.
Thank you very much, Chair. I've got number 17. I've got number 18. I've got number 19. And 32. 33, Chair. 44. 58. And that is it for me.
The next member can shout. I'm not gonna call names.
Honorable Chair.
Yes.
It's Kivi here.
Okay, Honorable Kibi.
Yes, Chair. Comrade Chair, I've got number 9. I've got number 2. Number 39. Number 55. Number 51.
Sorry, Chair.
Okay.
Can Honorable Kibi just repeat?
Is there where you have missed numbers that Honorable Kibi was calling?
Let me start.
Yes, just after 2.
Can you start all over, Honorable Kibi?
It's number 9, Chair. It's number 2. Number 39. Number 55. Number 51. Number 18. And number 19. And number 17, Chair.
That's all your numbers?
Yes, Claude.
Yeah, the next member must shout. You have a leeway to shout.
Thank you very much, Honorable Chair. I've got number 17, 18, 9, 2, 39, 55, and 51.
Thank you, Honorable Mkweba. Who's another member who has not called numbers? Honorable Gondwe, did you call numbers?
Chair, ne ke le wa ntlha.
Only one.
Erra.
Ka o libala ka pili jwang.
Le ka bomo.
Okay, sorry, Honorable Gondwe. Who hasn't called?
No one, Chair. I think all the members.
No one.
All the members have called.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now,
Hello, Chair.
Chair?
yes, Mr. Mwepe.
Okay. Now then, I think Mr. Sibeko, last time, I think you can facilitate. I think we're gonna say the same thing, but for now, together with the support staff, based on the numbers that the members have called, I think I would say that Mr. Sibeko, sorry for that. We'll then have to take a 5 minutes break, and then myself, Mr. Biela, and Mr. Sibeko will then work on the numbers in terms of which numbers has been mentioned by how many members, and then we will then rank the number based on how many members have called, that particular number. Then we will come back, I think, within 5 minutes. But we are not saying we are shutting down from here. We'll be talking over the phone.
Yes, Chair.
I'm happy with that. What do the honorable members say? I'm happy with that proposal. Do you agree?
Agreed, Chair.
Okay. Thank you. Can we have that little break then?
Yes, Chair. And then we'll alert members when we come back. It might not be 5 minutes, Chair, as Julius has requested. Possibly 10 to 15 minutes, Chairperson.
I understand that it cannot be that easy. I do know.
It's not easy. It's not easy. Thank you, sir. I won't shut down the system. I'll leave it on. Thank you, Chair.
Okay. Thank you very much.
here that we would take the numbers, the maximum number that were, of course, thrown in by each member. So, Chair, with me, I'll go. I've got number 17, who was voted 5 times. And I've got number 17, who was voted 4 times. I've got number 55.
Mercy, sorry to interrupt.
Mercy, you are calling 17 twice.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Yes, Chair.
Okay, thanks for the correction, honorable members and Chair. Let me quickly once again slowly repeat myself. I might have made an error there. Let me start by saying, Chairperson, we've got about 6 candidates that received four votes, and also there's one who received 1, Chair. So I'll mention the numbers, Chairperson. Number 17 received 5 votes. Number 18, 4. Number 55, 4 votes. Number 39, 4 votes. Number 51, 4 votes. Number 19, 4 votes. Number 32, 4 votes. I must also then indicate, Chairperson, that there were those candidates that received 3 votes, and then we also have candidates that received 2, and there are those candidates that received 1, Chair. So the best that we could come up with in terms of the number is the top, which received 5 votes, and those that received by 4, Chair. I'll pause there for now, Chairperson. Thank you so much. I'm not sure if
Clarity, Chair.
Can Mercy repeat the numbers again, Chair? Sorry.
Okay, Chair.
All right.
Through you, Chair, once again. I had indicated that, Chair, there are candidates that received 5 votes, and there are candidates that received 4, there are candidates that received 3, and 2, and 1. So currently, Chair, I've got 6 candidates that received 6 candidates, Chair, that received 4 votes, and I've got 1 that received 5, Chair. I'll start again, Chair, which is number 17, received 5 votes. Number 18, 4 votes. Number 55, 4 votes. Number 39, 4 votes. Number 51, 4 votes. Number 19, 4 votes. And number 32, Chair, that's 4 votes. So it makes, yes, so that's the number, Chair. And as I've indicated also earlier on, Chair, then we have those candidates that received 3 votes, 2 votes, and 1 vote. I'll pause there, Chair. Also, my colleagues, Utamlu, Mr. Biela, and Ngobe will also add, Chair. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Thank you.
Chair.
Can you add, if there's anything you want to add, Mr. Mwepe and Biel?
Through you, Chair, honorable members and colleagues. Yes, I concur with the tally from Mercy that we've got 117, which has got 5 nominations, and then 32, 18, 55, 51, 19, and 39 with 4 nominations each. Thank you, Chair.
I see Honorable Komani's hand is up.
Chair, I'm confused here. Because it seems like our staff is deciding on behalf of the committee. Yet we have resolved Uguti. We will not go now. I see they start at they gave us the numbers that they feel that they must give us. They did not give us everything. And then we never said that. We never agreed on 7. I don't know what informed them to give us the number and stop where they stopped, because we did put everything into the basket. We said, let us put everything into the basket. After having put everything in the basket, we'll then come and make a consideration. But then they have decided for us. They've concluded and they are now giving us like 7 names, and they are saying that is how it goes. It shouldn't go like that. It is wrong. Staff members should not become politicians. They must. We put names, numbers into the basket. They should give us results, including that one. That if there was only one person who was nominated, they should say they should rate them from the highest to the very lowest, and then the committee would then make the decision. What they have done is wrong. Thank you, Chair.
Chair.
Yes, Honorable
Chair.
Mkweba. Honorable Mkweba.
It's Malumane.
Yeah, Honorable Malomane.
Yes, Chair, can they give us all the report with those who've got three votes, 2 votes until to the total? I think it will be good. Thank you, Chair.
Can you do that so that we don't waste much time? Give us everything as members were voting.
Okay, Chair. Would request also another maybe 5 minutes, Chairperson, but we can name the numbers of candidates that were nominated 3 times, Chair. But for those that were nominated 2 times and 1 time, we did not calculate them, Chairperson. But we can give those candidates.
Order.
Give us everything.
Okay, Mercy. Let me give honorable members everything. If you'll just correct me where you think I didn't, but I've got all the numbers.
Okay, all right.
Okay. I will just proceed from where Mercy left. We've got number 202 that was nominated by 3 members. We've got 09 that was nominated by 3 members. We have got 44 that was nominated by 3 members. And then we have got 58 that was nominated by 3 members. Then I will then go to numbers that have been nominated twice. We have got 34 that was nominated by 2 members. And I've got 33 that was nominated by 2 members. Then I've got the numbers that I will be highlighting is the numbers that are nominated by each and every single members without having second number 2. So I've got 51 nominated by only 1 member. I've got 37 nominated only by 1 member. I've got 4 nominated by only 1 member. 48 nominated by only 1 member. 69 nominated by only 1 member. 27 nominated by only 1 member. 56 nominated by only 1 member. 65 nominated only by 1 member. And then 22 nominated only by 1 member. And 52 nominated by only 1 member. That's all honorable members. And I think my colleagues will then, before I hand over Chair, Damlu and Mr. Sibeko, Mr. Abiela and Mr. Sibeko, please just verify if then it's correct based on the numbers.
Yes, Chair, through you, Chair. Or Mr. Biel, you can take the platform. Okay. All
right. Honorable members and chairperson and colleagues, I think, Julius, can you repeat 51? Did you say 51 is how many?
I said 52. The last one is 52, not 50. Oh, 52. Then 51, remember 51 has been nominated, or is already been 51 has been by four members. So the last number I said that was been nominated by only one member was 52. And then if I would just explain to honorable members, we looked at all your numbers per each and every member and then cross-checked in terms of other members. So I think all the numbers that we have pronounced here, they are all reflected based on what the members have nominated, each and every member. Thanks, Chair.
Yes, the floor is open for discussion by members. You've got the report now.
Chair, my hand is up.
Yes, take the floor.
Thank you very much, Chair, once more. Now, I am seconding the suggestion that was earlier put. We maybe take the top seven names, given the hierarchy on how they are running, and then given the suggestions and the supporting statements that were given by Honorable Maloman. I think it is only fair that we take the top seven, because if we don't take the top seven, then we are going to run the risk of having more than 10 candidates, and then we're only looking for one position. So I second the suggestion by Honorable Maloman to say, because we've got we've got two positions, but with 7 names. So I suggest that we take the top 7 and take them through to the interviews. Thank you very much.
Honorable Mkweba.
No, thank you very much, Chair. In fact, Chair, I wanted to repeat what we have said in our earlier discussion in terms of item 1. You know, it says that now Honorable Komane is supporting our earlier statement in the first item. So let's proceed, Chair. Thank you.
Honorable Kondwe.
Chair, I just have one concern that my concern is that if we take only 7, the other candidates have received 3 votes each, and I believe that in that pool of candidates that received 3 votes each, there are some very strong candidates. So my worry is that if we limit it to 7, then we are almost limiting the pool of candidates that can actually qualify for this position. So my proposal would be to take more than 7 and go up to all those candidates that received 3 votes and above, because I don't want us to limit the pool in terms of this particular position, Chair, especially if we are wanting to find someone suitable for this position based on their suitability and their qualifications, and possibly based on merit, depending on how they perform in the interview. Thank you so much.
I see your hand is up, and also Honorable Komani there.
No, Chair, let me then, Chair, change my minds and support Honorable Gondwe that at least we can take until the 11. Then we will say that we are comfortable.
Honorable Kondwe, I'm sorry, Honorable Komani.
Chair, you know, the reason why I'm supporting the proposal because I, in the main, did not, I did not oppose it, but I did not want to look like we preempted Uguti, who do we want in the main. But at the same note, Chair, now we cannot come and like storm assault on the proposals that we made, because in the main, no one in the committee in this meeting disagreed to the proposal of seven candidates to be taken to when Honorable Malomani suggested. The reason I am suggesting, I'm seconding as well, Chair, is that as earlier said, it was premature because we wouldn't be looking like Tlamzuguti, we wanted these people. Now we cannot just play the game of saying now that maybe the person who's like nominated by two people may be stronger in the interview. The same can still apply to this very same person who was raised by one person. It can still apply because here we do not have any like the only yardstick is a vote, and what we have done here in the main, it was like it acted on behalf of the voting. So, Chair, when we support our statements, we cannot in the main say we need to take people by virtue of them being strong. They would be stronger in the interview. That is wrongly. The argument is wrongly placed, Chair, because even the very same person. Let me say, for argument's sake, maybe if I nominated the person and that person was only nominated by me, I don't know that person. It is only by virtue of what has been submitted by that person. We've not interviewed that person. Otherwise, this exercise that we are saying, Guti, let us minimize the people. It does not carry any water. If we are now going to renege from our because I'm telling you now, Chair, no one of us in this meeting are opposed to the suggestion by Honorable Maloman. We all were in agreement. The only thing was that we were saying it is a fair suggestion, but it is premature. So now we are opposing it. So, Chair, let us not do that, because otherwise, if we agree to say somebody is 3 and then the others were more voted for, then they would be strong in the interview. Then it seemingly would say that even the one with one vote might be strong in the interview. Then that would mean we must take everybody. Chair, thank you.
Honorable Mkweba.
Chair,
Your hand up, Honorable Mkweba, if it was not, go to Honorable Kibi.
Chair, also raise hand.
Honorable Chair, thank you. Can I speak, Chair?
Yes, Honorable Kibi.
Thanks, Chair. Honorable Chair and the honorable members, I think here we spoke about the 7. Can we please stick to the 7? Because one of our challenges is that we need to consider the fact that all candidates that are being shortlisted are supposed to be transported to where the interviews are going to take place. There is accommodation and everything. Let's also look at the expenditure of government as well. I think 7 is fine. Can we please agree on 7? The ones that got or that received more votes, 4 is reasonable. Please, that is my request, Honorable Chair.
Honorable Kibi, your hand is still up or is lower now? It's low now. So if we agree with this proposal, how many are we going to actually shortlist? Is it 7 or more? I'm talking now to Mr. Mwepe and Mastroli.
It's 7, Chair.
It's 7. Okay. Let me talk on that. You see, if we have 7 candidates shortlisted, it would be much easier to complete those interviews in one day. But if we have more, we will not complete interviews in one day. And those who will be called in the second day shall have had all the questions we asked the candidates we interviewed the previous day. So I would be very comfortable with this 7. That's my view, honorable members. I see Honorable Mkweba and Honorable Gondwe.
Agreed, Chair.
Honorable Gondwe.
Chair, I still have reservations. I don't know how we arrived at a determination of 7. We had 69 candidates, Chair. And if what I'm proposing is that we interview, we increase the pool to 11, that will be touching almost 10% of those, the candidates that applied. So, and if we're talking about finishing in a day, are we looking for a person of quality, or are we looking at just getting this thing out of the way? So, Chair, I will have to request that my objections be noted around this issue, because I'm still not happy. I feel we could increase the pool just to ensure that we get a quality candidate out of it. And remember, Chair, we're a committee of what, 5, or I'm not entirely sure how many members, but if you have 4 voting, it doesn't necessarily mean that those 4 how they voted carries a lot of weight. We have to look at each of the candidates, and I strongly feel if we open up the pool, we are bound to ensure that we can honestly say at the end of the day that we have looked at a large number or a larger pool of candidates, and we've chosen the best out of that. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Kibi.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, then now we are not being guided by the number that is being proposed. We are guided by the number of votes each candidate has received from the shortlisting here. The highest number is 4. So it happened to be only 8 or only 7 people that have received the highest number of votes. Where the quality lies, we will understand that one during the interview. Honorable Chair, my request is still that we should take into consideration the fact that, Chairperson, these people, we have to save money for the government. In saving, not that we are not going to look at equality, but if we had more than that have received 4 or more than 4 votes from this selection, we could have gone to that one. But can we stick to the ones that got the most votes? That is what is guiding us to the number that we are now proposing here. Thanks, Chairperson.
Thank you, Honorable Kibi. And remember, honorable members, agreeing to this number, we don't have the names where we would be accused of favoring certain people. We don't have names, but we have numbers. Now, these numbers are going to be matched with names of the applicants. Honorable Gondwe, it's only fair that we conduct this interview because the interviews are live. They are carried live when we interview candidates here. It would be very good that we have this 7 and we are able to finish the interviews in one day. We are not in my view, disregarding people who should have been nominated here, because we are not as yet interviewing. It is the final arbiter of who gets this position is the interview. So if we agree to shortlist 7, let's agree to that. And again, you are not bound that if you have 20 applicants, you will shortlist 20. There's nothing that binds you to do that. And we thought this method that we have agreed upon is the fairest, because we don't have names of these people. Thank you. That's my view. Supporting 7, of course. Thank you.
Chairperson? Hello, Chair.
Mr. Ngwebe?
Okay, I'm just going to project the names now, as I believe that the members have reached a conclusion in terms of the number to be shortlisted. These are the names, honorable members. Is my screen, they can see my screen, Chair, and honorable members?
Yes, we can.
Yes, I can.
Okay. Yeah, these are the names. I'm just going to, for the record of Parliament, I will explain then. We've got 7 candidates that the subcommittee have shortlisted. And then the first candidate, I'm no longer going to talk about the votes. I'm just going to talk about, but then indicate which number. So just to verify what the members has is Fadela Mandisa is candidate number 17. She's a female. Then number 2, Sivela Refule Precious Stefina is candidate number 18. She's a female. Number 3, Mageman Errol Vincent, candidate number 39 on the list. There is a male. And then number 4, we've got the Tembe Becky Zenzo, is candidate number 55. And then is a male. And then we have got number 5, Sifuba Theoto Madoda, is candidate number 51, is a male. And then we've got candidate number 6 is Kumalos Fiso Benedict, is candidate number 37 on the list, and is a male. And then we have got number 7, the candidate number 7 is Rosso Melanie Cynthia, of which is candidate number 19 on the list, and she's a female. Then we've got 3 females and 4 male for that are being shortlisted. Thanks, Honorable.
Thank you. Thank you. Those are the 7 names, honorable members, that the subcommittee believes must be called for an interview. Those are the 7 names. I don't want to take this process backward again, because we have agreed now to shortlist 7. And those 7 that we agreed to shortlist, their names are tabulated here in this in the screen. Mascole, what is the next item after this? I'm not in that screen where I see the agenda completely.
Chair, we've finalized the business of the day, Chair.
Yeah. So we have done the shortlisting now. So we have shortlisted 7 candidates, and those candidates will be invited for an interview. Let me
Chair,
thank you.
not to open
Thank
up
you
any
very much,
discussion.
all of you, honorable members. I
Chair?
see Honorable Pondo's hand is up again.
Yes, Chair, not to open up any discussion, but please note my objection around limiting, the pool of shortlisted candidates to 7. Can it be noted, please, Chair?
Yeah, it will be, it's recorded, it's noted, but we agreed on 7 with your reservation, Honorable Condwe.
Thank you, Chair.
Yes. Now, honorable members, we have done the business of the day, and we have now come to the end of today's meeting. We will meet again on the next step of this process. Thank you very much, honorable members. The meeting is adjourned now.
Thank you, Chair, and good night.
Thank you, Chair.
Recording stopped.